We are back at the top of another Savage stream. Thanks everybody for tuning in. It is much appreciated. Last night we covered a little bit about what Zell was, what the project is, and what it has going on and what's coming up in the not too distant future, like the halving. That should be about Saturday, I believe. But whenever I showed the wallet, I showed the Zell Core wallet, and I was trying to I wasn't trying to remember, I didn't know. I was trying to figure out if there was a way, I guess I had seen it like a long time ago, a way of hiding the values like Street View, like some projects have. And Cryptdyth, I think I'm saying that right, C-R-P-T-D-Y-T-H, Mr. Cryptdyth, it might be Cryptid Youth, I don't know. He gave me the info in the chat and I didn't notice it until after the stream was over. So all you do is click right here, right? Just click right here a couple times and then it you know, basically masks it out and you can't see the values anymore, which is cool. And then also whenever you go into the project or go into the coin, it will show the balances as far as the transactions, but it doesn't show the balance up here. So that's cool. All right, I don't know if you can click it. Nope. So yeah, so that's cool. It masks that information. So if you're on the street and you don't want to show someone, you know, how much you have, like in a live stream, like I was last night, right? So, but one thing I really wanted to show you about the wallet that I think is about the coolest thing ever, and there might be other wallets that have this feature, but I really think that this is solid. So I know that this wallet and this logon has a lot more crypto projects in here, right? A lot more assets should be listed here, but they're not, right? Because I had gone in here and went hide assets and took them all out, right? So, you know, and you might like freak out like, oh my gosh, now all my crypto's gone, right? You know, I mean, depending on, you know, how long you've been around the space and whether or not you know how it works or not, you know, that's not the case. So if you just go to add assets, hit the little plus here, and you're going to go Smartify. And what Smartify does is it looks at what your, I mean, on a technical level, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but it does use your private key, which is your username and password, salted, and all that stuff that goes on, and it finds what assets you have inside of this wallet and actually lists them for you, right? So you can see what it did back there. I'm gonna close this. So now it has put all these in here because it knows that in this wallet, with this username and password, these are the assets that are in there. Don't hate on me for having Tron. It's just old. It's been in there forever. Or whatever this is, BitTorrent. This is, I think I got that as an airdrop or something. I just transferred it to Zellcore. But anyway, so yeah, it just basically goes out there and grabs, you know, whatever projects or whatever assets you're supposed to and puts them in here for you. So I thought that was pretty cool. That is a super cool feature of Zellcore. Anyway, all right. So I thought that was cool. Thanks to Cryptdyth for pointing that out as far as the Street View, basically. So tonight we are going to cover how to mine Zell. Someone was yelling at me in my comments about, because this last video from last night, you know, I was talking about a microcap gem you can mine, and then I never talked about mining it. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'm not going to look at the chat too much. I'm going to peek over here just real quick, make sure that everybody is okay and no one's yelling at me and that the sound is good and all that stuff. Okay, everything looks good over there. All right, so here we go. If we go over to, we're going to be using HiveOS on NVIDIA GPUs, and that's basically our goal tonight. So we're going to be starting basically from scratch. I'm not going to burn the image because sometimes my machine crashes whenever I do that and stream at the same time. So I'm just going to kind of pretend that we burn the image. But you're going to want to start over on hiveos.farm. You can see the URL up here. I'll try to remember to put these links and stuff in the description as we go, or after the stream is over. And if you don't have an account already, if you've never signed up, you would click on Start Mining here, and then you would fill this out. Now, I do have a promo code or a link in my description for basically like a referral. I think it's like 0.022 cents worth of Ethereum for each sign up. I think I've got like something like 61 people that have used my link, and I think I've got a balance of like $2. So, but the funny thing is that you have to have $25 in here for referral fees before they'll pay out. Now, obviously, you know, if you have an account that you have that you have to pay for, like I use the free HiveOS because I don't have enough rigs to actually start paying for it. I think they go up to 3 or 4, something like that, for free. But if you have that, then obviously, you know, you're going to potentially have more money in your account, right? So it would be easier. But if you're just relying on the referral link payouts, whatever you want to call them, only, then it's going to take a while. So that referral link's been there for a long time. 61 or so people have used it to sign on to HiveOS. And I've got $2 and I think 22 cents in there. So kind of funny. But anyway. All right, so this video assumes that you already have a HiveOS account. You know, and if you don't, you go there, right? And go through that process. It'll be a situation where you give them your email address and all that stuff. And then you have to validate your email. And then once all that's done, you should be able to log on with no problem. So pretty easy. Pretty much like everything else. Every other website that you have to sign up for. The next thing you will want to do is download the image, and you go up here to, let's see, if you go back to, let me see if this will take me back. Nope. All right, so if you're at HiveOS form, let me go all the way back here. And then if you go here to install, then you'll come here to, in our case, GPUs, because that's what we're using. We're using NVIDIA 10 series. I've got 6 GPU rig here. So you would just click on zip, and then you would download that. I already have it downloaded right here. So you would download that to your hard drive or some, did I choose okay? Yeah, let's cancel that. All right. So you would download that to your hard drive. Then you're going to want to write that to a USB or an SSD. You could use either. Now, obviously, if you're using SSD, if you don't have a way of hot swapping it, you'll have to, you know, power your machine on and off, you know, whenever you attach it and detach it and all that stuff. But you can use an SSD in the same way. And here's the instructions, basically, for how to write it. They use Balena Etcher, which is a tool that you can use. It looks like this. This is the website for downloading it. You would download it and install it for your system. Then it is going to, once you run, whenever you run Balena Etcher, it looks like this. Looks like this, and then you'll select image. You'll choose the image. No need to extract it or unzip it or anything like that. It knows. I don't know if it makes it any faster. I doubt it. It knows that it's a zip file and that there's an image inside of it. So you just click that, click open. Now you've got the drive. I already have the USB drive inserted. And then you would click flash, right? And then what I always tell everybody is click this little, before you do that, click this little tool icon, turn off eject on success. I turn off validate also, just for speed purposes. And then that way, once the image is burned, it won't automatically eject your drive, and you have to uninsert it and reinsert it to gain access to the file system that's on the USB drive. So it makes it a little bit quicker and easier. But sometimes it errors out. The first time you might have to close out, you know, Explorer here or do a refresh just to get the drives to show up. But the only drive that you're going to be able to access on the USB is going to be called Hive. It's going to have the drive label of Hive. So you click on that, and this is what you're going to see. Well, now, how are we going to boot the rig to this? Well, we have to get the worker. There's lots of different ways of doing this. I like doing it the way I'm going to show you. So if you go to, once you get logged into HiveOS the first time, hiveos.farm, it'll look something like this. You won't have this SavageMine over here. This will be blank. This will not exist right here. But you'll have a farm over here. I believe it's going to be called default by default. And this is where you're going to want to click and add workers. But what we can do first, real quick, also is we click on settings. We can rename this. So we're going to rename the farm to call it YouTube. Save. And then we're going to go back to workers. Actually, we can go back to Hive over here, and now you see we've got a farm named YouTube. Okay, so once you click on that, you will add a worker. It is a GPU worker, and this rig is named Kessel. It is a 6 GPU NVIDIA rig. We'll give it a miner password of miner, no tags or anything like that to start. We'll just go 6x NVIDIA, something like that, and then add. So now you've got this information, and it's got your farm hash on here, the rig ID. I would encourage you to not show this to anybody like I am right now. This is a farm that I'm going to delete after this stream is over, so it doesn't really matter. But this is kind of private information. People can really mess with you if they have this information. They can set up workers, mess stuff up for your farm, right? Basically take over your farm. But what you can do, instead of worrying about all this, is you can just click on download the rig.conf file for this worker. So we're going to click on that, and we're going to download the rig.conf file. Then you're going to see that in your download folder, or wherever you save it. And if we open that, you're going to see basically some things that we chose. You know, we chose the name, we chose the password, the rig ID is here, the farm ID is here, you know, what time zone you're in and stuff like that. Okay, great. So that is the file that you need in order for the dashboard, the HiveOS dashboard, to actually see that rig. So I'm going to right click on that, copy, throw it on the Hive drive. Okay, it's got an example here, but you don't even need to worry about that. You just drop it on the root here, and that's it. So now we're going to right click eject, and now that drive should be good to go, and we should be able to boot a rig off of that, or boot that rig actually off of that. So the Kessel rig. Let's see here. And that is all. I think it's, let's see. I think I had another page up here for the worker. I don't see it now. Let me see if I can get to that real quick. Just like a getting started. This is on HiveOS website as well, but it's got a little walkthrough of how to create a worker, which we already did, but it does have a pretty good little walkthrough for it. So if you need more information, that is hanging off of, I'll drop that link in the description also, so that you can get to it really easy. But it looks like it's in the forum section. It says getting started, start worker setup. Anyway, it's on their website. So we created the worker in the dashboard, we downloaded the rig.conf file, we copied that to the USB, we ejected the USB. Now we need to create a couple of other things in the dashboard, because we need to, where am I at? Why do I not have my, I guess I'll just, do I have a whole other window open here? Hang on a second. I must have signed out somehow. Okay, so I'm going to sign in, and what we need to do is we need to set this thing up, because we're going to be mining Zell, right? And we need to first establish a wallet. We could go straight to flight sheets and start the process that way to create the flight sheet, basically the miner configuration in HiveOS and what the miner is going to be using, or what the rig is going to be using, all the configurations and all that. But let's go ahead and go walk through this kind of in order here. We'll go wallets. We're going to click add a wallet over here, and Zell is already in here, so you just type in Zell, choose that for the coin. The wallet address, we'll go over here to Zell. I think I can get to the address without, yep. All right, so we're going to copy that T address there. That's going to be our mining 2 address, and just right click pasted that. We'll call the wallet, let's see, Zell Core, that is mine. All right. Then we're going to, because it's Zell, some of the stuff is not going to be available. If you were mining, you know, some of these, you could use some advanced features for getting prices and balances and stuff like that. And then we are going to click create. So now we have the wallet in here, so that's good. Then we're going to go to the flight sheet, type in Zell, actually you just click Zell, or type it in if you have to, select the wallet, then select the pool. Now here's the tricky part, because we haven't even picked a pool yet, right? Now if you want to just be real super basic, you could just go with 2 miners, but if you go out here to miningpoolstats.stream, you're going to see that we're going to search for Zell, and you're going to see that 2 miners has a lot of the hash power, right? A lot of the hash rate. So we're going to try to spread it out a little bit. This is it's kind of the official pool, I guess you could call it. Probably not anymore. I think this is kind of a separate project that someone is running, but it's associated closely with Zell, if I'm understanding correctly. So if we click on zellabs.net, then it takes us here. Looks a lot like Zell, so you know, their website and everything. But then we're going to click on Getting Started. And this is really nice of Zel Labs because they have one of the better configuration generation tools here, right? I like this a lot. It tells you which miners you can use. We're going to be using Mini Z most likely. It tells you the algorithm. It's equihash R1254. The personalization string is Zell proof if you need to use that. A lot of pools nowadays don't. It just depends, and especially whenever you're mining 1254, it's almost a given that it's Zell. So anyway, so we're gonna let's go with a secure and SSL site, and we'll go with this one right here, I think. But here's the key though. See, this isn't in HiveOS. It's not listed in there. So we're gonna have to add it. So we're going to have to choose to configure in miner right here. And then the miner, because we chose configure in miner, we're going to be presented with all of them, right? This does not mean that all of these miners can be used to mine Zell. There's only a few. The one that we're going to use is Mini Z. So we're going to scroll up and down. If you did choose a pool that was already in here, it would have pre-selected the miners for you, right? You can still choose other ones, but it kind of narrows it down a little bit. So we're going to use Mini Z. We're going to go with setup miner config. It's got the algorithm in here. Just want to check here. Okay. And the wallet worker template, I think we can go with this variable here. Now, if you go back over here to Zel Labs, the pool, you can see right here that if you want to set a custom payout, you can choose to set your password to min payout equals and then a number. We're going to do that because we want to get paid out about once every 100 Zell so that we're not getting paid out all the time, right? So let's do that. We're going to set the password here to min payout equals 100. And then you'll see that, or we'll see it once we start mining, we'll see that over there on the pool. All right, the pool server port, let's go ahead and go with, well, actually, let's go back over here and do the configurator. All right. So if we click on miner config generator, we're going to be using, what did I say? 7111. So we're going to be using this, our address again. Grab that. And basically, it's just building the miner string down here. Now, in our case, because we're using HiveOS and it does a lot of stuff for you, we're not really going to use all this. But if you were using Windows, or if you were using like command line, like you were using the operating system and not HiveOS to do it, you could use these, these strings down here to actually do it. So the name will be Kessel. That's the name of the rig. We'll call the password. That was going to be the min payout, right? But it doesn't matter. We know we already have that set in there. But if it was, it would be something like, if you wanted to do it, it would be something like this. All right. And let's see. So we're going to be using Mini Z. So that changes the string down here. Super cool. I like that. But I think what we have to do, I want to say that HiveOS actually uses this method, but I'm not sure. We're gonna go with, let me click on Linux. I'm just gonna put the pool in there and just see if it works. The pool and the port. And I think that we're going to have to go, well, we are going to have to go SSL2 on that. So we're going to have to turn on TLS. I'm saying SSL, TLS. And then let's put the pool and the port in here. And you have to follow the naming convention that they're showing you right here. Okay. So you can't just paste in there what you copied from over there, because that's not going to work. And then for the extra config arguments, I believe we probably don't need to put anything in there, but let's go ahead and put in these two values right here just to be safe. And I believe that they have to be each on their own line, so it has to look like that. And then what version are we using? We're using 1.6 version 5 of Mini-Z. So I think that this is right. I think this will work. We're going to click Apply Changes. Then we're going to call this Zell_savage mine, and actually we're going to put Zell. Let's go Zell Labs in there also, so we know what pool it is. And then create flight sheet. Then, okay, so now we've got a cool flight sheet created here. Hopefully it works. We're going to go back to workers, and what we'll do is, let me boot the rig off of this USB, because it's not in there right now. The rig is off, and I have to put the USB in there and actually boot it. So give me just a second here. It's right here in front of me, so it won't take very long. And while this is booting up, I'll be able to check the chat, see what you guys are up to. All right, see if I can get you a little picture of the rig here a little bit. There you go. All right, so I'm gonna check the chat real quick. What is going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Nope, Crypto Mining Lifer. Shuby, what's up, man? Savage Viking, what is going on? Nice name. Cryptith. Cryptid Youth. All right, gotcha. And if you just got here earlier, I actually gave you a shout out for showing me that tip about the Zell Core wallet and going into Street View mode, you know, and hiding the values and stuff. So thanks for that. Crafty2, Jonas P, what is going on? Travis Stanberry, Dan the Dane, what's up? Crypto Mikkel, Crypto Noob, Unknown Crypto, what is up? Everybody's in here, that's cool. Thanks for tuning in, guys. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, it says missed flight sheet. Oh, I never assigned it. That's right. Okay, so we're going to go click here. I should have done that before. I think you can do it before. So we're going to click there to select the rig. Go to the flight sheets. Choose the flight sheet that we created. Apply. And then what we also need to do while that's going on is let's go ahead and set the AutoFan. This is a NVIDIA rig. So we're going to set the AutoFan. Let's see. Set this on. We'll go a little bit lower with the target temperature. And looks good. Don't want to, normally you don't want to control AMD cards. I believe that the miners, a lot of the miners actually control the fans. So we're going to leave it like that. And it looks like there's also an update here. You can see that right here. So it needs to update to the latest, and that's okay. We'll do that in a minute. All right, so here we go. Let's see what happens here. I don't think it even rebooted. Let's go ahead and do a reboot here. It might be just, it might be, I don't know what it would be. Yeah, I think this will work. I think just rebooting might get it going. Yeah, somebody commented on one of my video from last night. I think it was last night that they did, and Starseed PL. Yes, it is. I mean, the interface is, but yeah, they actually were saying that they've been mining Zell for more than a year, and that's crazy. I mean, not crazy. That's cool. I mean, it's awesome. You know, I wish I would have stuck with it whenever I first started. If I had my druthers, or if I had it my way, I would probably have a separate rig for every project that I'm into, right? And just fire up a rig and just let it mine that particular project forever, because it just seems like that's the way to do it, you know, to truly dollar cost average into the project over a long period of time. You know, I mean, mining is like definitely dollar cost averaging. All right, so there must be a problem, which is cool. I like problems. I like working on stuff like this because it is not mining. So let's go to the. Actually, we can just head over here. Since do I have I think I have a keyboard plugged into this. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So. All right. All right. Again, I'm gonna see this again, and I'm so bad at. I need to have like a logbook or something. But what's happening is there's 0 solutions per second, right? So it's not hashing at all. What was the problem with this last time? See, now I'd have to go back and look at videos and look at my own videos to try to figure this out. Okay, let's see if we can figure it out pretty quick here. We don't have overclock settings, so that's one thing that we need to get in here. Let's do that. Oh, you know what? No. All right, that's not it. All right, so let's get some overclock settings in here, just for the heck of it. Let's go ahead and go back to overclocking templates. We're going to create one. We'll give it a name for the rig. And then what we'll do is we will edit that default config. We will throw some pretty conservative values in here. Let's go with 125 on the core, 500 on the memory, and we'll go with 115 on the power. That sounds good. All right, we'll get that. Then, so what we need to do now is we need to make sure that it's getting it. Let's do this. We're going to apply that. Overclock settings. Then we can go back to the rig here and see if it actually did it. And it did right here. So that's good. All right. Now, it's still kind of going. But I don't know if you guys can see exactly what is going on the rig here. Let me do a shell here. It's kind of far away for y'all to see that. Yeah, Jonas P. I agree, man. I'm actually using NiceHash also. I like the profitability of the thing. I just you can't stop it. I mean, you can't deny that there is some benefit to NiceHash OS and just getting that profit and getting paid out in BTC and just buying whatever project you want with the BTC, right? Just converting it or throwing it into Zell Core and exchanging it, right? I mean, I don't know, man. The profitability is there for sure. I agree with you. All right, so this is my Mini Z, and it looks like this is real common. And I'm going to draw a blank as to why this is happening, but I do want to go in there and let's get rid of. Let's see what we can do here too. Is see here. I could do the update. I wonder, you know what? I think this might be a good thing to do also is let's do the update because this image it is kind of old. So let's do this first. Let's do the upgrade, because you don't really want to start really troubleshooting anything until you have the latest version, because we saw that with we see it all the time, right? With like new projects or a fork or something, and then there's little quirks and little problems within, you know, either the miner or the operating system or a combination of the two, and then you have to really make sure that you have the latest and greatest you know, image or the latest and greatest updates in order for things to work properly. So let's go ahead and do that first before we get going too far here in the troubleshooting process. I think we'll be up here real soon here. I don't know if just this by itself will actually fix it after a reboot, but you know, we've got the flight sheet that we can look at too. We did add a couple of things in there. Maybe they're not needed. Maybe we need to you know, look at our miner config and see what is actually happening and why it's not working. And we could go over to the pool too, right? And just look and see. I think there's a surge, yeah, right here. I think you can just do it like this. No. Miners maybe. Thought it was under dashboard. I thought for sure that it was over here that you could paste an address. I don't know. Maybe because it hasn't talked to the pool yet, maybe? Alright, we'll look at that in a minute. Let's go back over here and see what is going on. Alright, I'm going to look at... Alright, did it finish? I don't think it did the upgrade. Try that again. Ah, maybe Starseed. Yeah, possible. We were using a port that was supposed to be for SSL off the pool though, for sure. So we went right here, or TLS. So we went right here. What I can do is probably just dumb it down and go all the way back to, you know, like this one right here, and just turn off the TLS. Let's go and check that real quick too. All right, it says successful. Let's do a reboot here. While that's going. All right, rebooting that, and let's go over here. Let's go back to the flight sheet. I mean, it could be the extra stuff here too. Let's do this first. Actually, let's wait and see if the reboot actually, the reboot after upgrade did anything here. All right, so trying to remember. I think what we'll do is we will change to a different miner, because I want to say that this was an issue before, because everything looks right on the, like as the miner fires up, everything looks just fine. It's got the personalization string in there, it's got SSL yes, it's got the port, got everything good in there. It looks fine, but it's just not mining. So let's go ahead and let's grab a different, use a different miner real quick just to test, because I feel like I'm going through the same exact steps as we did before. I think we've seen this exact problem before. I just don't remember how to fix it. All right, let's go in here and duplicate that flight sheet, and then we'll go in here and edit it. Then we're going to choose a different miner. I'm going to go over here and grab this port, or the pull-in port, real quick. All right, we're going to choose gminer. Set up miner config. This has a little different setup here. 7011. Is that right? 7011. Ah, wait a minute. Is that what I had in there? Was 7011? Wait a minute. Okay. All right. That might be the problem, guys, right there. (7111) is the port for SSL. Now let's see. Hey, thanks, Shuby. Thanks, man. I always get a little bit impatient. All right, well, I wanted this to go a little bit smoother than this, but, you know, this happens whenever you're live, right? And I didn't, like, do much prep as far as, like, going through this whole process again, so I like doing it live and showing, like, the real world how things work or don't work. I think that that's important. All right, so it is restarted. Everything looks okay on the initial start there. All right, here we go. So now we're gonna go back over here, do a refresh. All right, here we go. Now we're good. All right, so that's what it was. It was the port. I had 7011 whenever it was 7111 for the SSL port, or for the TLS, you know, the secure setting. All right, for secure communications between the rig and the pool. All right, so now what I want to know, I thought it was in here. Where is How do I see the stats for the pool, for the rig? Crypto Mikkel, are you in here? Why can I not see this? Why am I not seeing it? There we go. Okay, never mind. Here it showed up. All right, so I guess that maybe there wasn't a share submitted yet. All right, so we do have, if we go back to workers, everything's looking good. I don't see anything on the actual miner console that says that any share, let's see here. Yeah, I don't see anything about shares or anything. I think you can configure Mini-Z to do all kinds of stuff. You know, shows you all kinds of information. Not that we have to do that, you know, in here or anything, but let's go ahead and clean this up a little bit. All right, and then I'd have to work on like the load, probably some overclock settings here. Not really going to mess with that just yet. Got some pretty basic overclocks in here. These are basically from what to mine, you know, what they use their calculations. And speaking of what to mine, let's go over this real quick too. So on what to mine, they have already done the block rewards halving, which is going to be probably Saturday for Zell, sometime Saturday evening most likely. And this affects their calculations on their website. So if you go to what to mine and you're looking at profitability, like let's say for this rig, then your Zell is not going to show up, you know, at the top like it should, or towards the top. It's way down here, right? Because you can basically just double whatever's right here, I think would be a simple way of looking at it. It might not work exactly like that, but it, you know, basically is double because everything is halved according to their calculations. Now, if you want to get the real information, you can go to coin calculators. They have not done the block reward halving yet. You can see it's still at 112.5 for proof of work mining already, so this is good. So you can use coin calculators for calculating your profitability. So if we were to do that for this specific rig, let's go ahead and walk through that real quick. We're getting 212 at 684 watts. We could check it at the wall too. I'll check that in a minute. Let's go over here and 212 souls at 684. 200, wrong keyboard. 212 at 684. My power cost is 10.3 cents per kilowatt hour. Looks good. Calculate. So if we go down here, yeah, see per day it's showing as 113 for the reward and 360. But if we go to what to mine and look, let's just use their specific calculator for this also. And don't go anywhere, guys, because I got something to tell you here in a few minutes. It's really cool. We're gonna be doing a giveaway tomorrow night on the Fireball Friday, and it's a pretty good giveaway. So stay tuned just a minute. I just want to walk through this real quick. So you can see here how they've already halved it. So we're gonna use this. So what was it? 212, 682, something like that. 10.3. I just want to verify what I was saying was true, that it's going to really throw off the calculations here. Yeah, see, this is showing you that per day it's only 92 cents profit. And you can see that in reality right now, it is actually more like $3.60 for this rig, right? Now we're talking about this rig specifically. And that's because what to mine has jumped the gun and done their block halving already. So block reward halving. So anyway, just wanted to kind of point that out. You know, just for the time being, you're seeing improper, inaccurate information on what to mine for Zell. So just keep that in mind as you're moving forward with mining Zell, if that's what you're going to be doing. All right, what else do I want to talk about? Let's see. So there is a halving party that is going to be happening sometime on Saturday for Zell, because they are halving on Saturday. I think it's block 655350, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. I think that's right. We can head over to their, let's go to the website, the dashboard. I think it's on here. I don't know if it says the actual block. So it says it's in 2 days, 9 hours, but I did the calculations myself, and if we're anywhere close to 2-minute block times, I think it will be sometime Saturday, whenever the halving actually occurs. I think it's 655350, I think. I don't know. Anyway, we can look it up, but that is, so they're going to be having a party. They're going to be giving away a GPU, a 1660 Ti. They are also having a poker tournament, and they're doing like a demonstration for programming on Zel Flux and deploying a Dockerized app, I think is what the basically the exercise is going to be about. But pretty cool stuff. That's going to happen. Again, there's no way of knowing exactly when it's going to happen right now, but just kind of be prepared for it on probably Saturday, sometime Saturday. You can see right here, Zell official, so be sure to follow them. It's at Zellcash. Be sure to follow them on Twitter so that you know what's going on with the project. And you can see right here, this is the event for the Zel Flux demonstration, I guess is what it would be called. I went ahead and signed up for it also. It is free. It's live coding, watch and learn, how to launch a Docker image on Flux. Okay, so cool stuff. It's actually scheduled for a really long time. It's 7 to 11:30. Don't know if that's how long it's going to take, but sometime during this also, I believe that they're going to be doing the poker tournament as well. But they're going to be giving away a NVIDIA 1660 Ti, a shirt, some Zelcore subscriptions. And speaking of Zelcore Plus subscriptions, they have graciously donated some to me, so I'm going to be giving away some Zelcore Plus subscriptions tomorrow night. I think I'm going to spread it out a little bit and use them for multiple streams, right? Maybe we'll talk more, about Zell in the future, and I'll use them for those. But tomorrow, I'll probably give away like 5 Zelcore Plus subscriptions tomorrow night on Fireball Friday, but we will be talking about Zell and doing some Zell stuff, and then doing those giveaways. So that is that's pretty solid. I don't know how much they are. It says worth $60 for a year. That sounds about right. I mean, I'm sure that they would know, right? So it's worth about $60. That's pretty awesome. And then what we'll do is I will cover in tomorrow night's stream, Fireball Friday stream, I will cover what Zelcore Plus actually does and what it gets you, right? I'll have to do a little bit of research. I don't know all the ins and outs. It is part of the wallet. You can see it right here. You go to Zelcore Plus, and you can say, you can sign up here. You can purchase it, or if you have a voucher, you can put that in there as well. So it says right now, I guess it's a 20% discount, but $48 a year basically is what it is. So I'll go through what this actually does, and then we will do probably like some demonstrations maybe of that. And yeah, it's solid, man. That's a solid giveaway. $60, $48 plus worth of stuff. So pretty solid, and it's a great wallet. So yeah, looking forward to that. That is going to be cool. All right, let me check the chat, see what you guys are up to. Yeah, Cryptid Youth, smooth as a dirt road. I like it. Yes, Starseed. It's a very cool wallet. It was one of the first wallets to actually support Raven assets. So technically, the wallet can store something like 24,000 assets, right? 24,000 different crypto assets. Because I think there's like 22,000 Raven assets now or something. So whatever Zell Core itself can support, plus all the Raven assets. Yeah, I love it. I love the wallet. All right, I think that's going to do it for me. That's almost an hour. Good grief, too long. We did run into a little snag though, so that's okay. But yeah, we're looking good now. This is looking pretty solid. Not too bad on the load average, so I'm all right with that. Hopefully everybody got something out of this and you thought that it was at least somewhat entertaining and somewhat useful information in there. I like that we actually ran into that little problem again, or a problem, you know, and you can see how just one digit can mess up the whole thing. Right, but it was really important that we saw what was happening on the rig. We got into it remotely using Hive shell, and we were seeing that symptom of it looks like the miner is running, but it's just not hashing. So what's going on, right? And then that prompted us to kind of go and check out the flight sheet. Okay, so what's going on with this flight sheet? And once I saw that, we were building the second flight sheet as a test. We did a duplicate. And I noticed that it was 7011 is what I had copied instead of 7111 for the port. So boom, there it is. You know, that was a cool little real-time scenario. So hopefully you guys got something out of that. I will see you guys tomorrow night for Crypto Fireball Friday. Don't forget, we are giving away, or I'm giving away, we being me and Zell, the Zell Core team, are giving away 5 Zell Core Plus subscriptions. Basically, that equals $300, you know, total. So I don't know how I'm going to do it. If it's going to be like a comment on a video, I don't know. You know, we'll find that out sometime tomorrow. So be sure to tune in for that. Let me also talk about this real quick. Before we go, I forgot about this one thing. So they are having a poker tournament at some point during the day on Saturday, I believe. And this is the information about that particular poker tournament. Now, this is a little different than the poker tournament that we did recently for charity. This one is not for charity. This is like straight up, basically a value cost to enter it is either, there's 2 different tournaments. One is a 500 Zell buy-in, which equates to about, what is that, $22 right now, somewhere around in there. And then the other one, the second tournament, which they're both going to run concurrently, at the same time. I think I'm using those words right. So they're going to run at the same time. You can play in both of them. You can double table or 2 table, whatever you want to call it, multi-table. And the second tournament is 5,000 Zell, which is $220 US value right now. So somewhere around in there. That's a huge buy-in tournament. I mean, in my opinion, to me, that's pretty huge. But I don't think I'll get into the big buy-in. I might get into the 500 Zell buy-in maybe. But it is going to pay out in Zell. You can see right here, 20. You know, basically depending on how many people are entering the tournament, will depend on obviously the prize pool. Will make up the prize pool, and then for every 20,000 play chips, it equals 500 Zell. So if you win, you know, 100,000, let's say there's, I don't know how many, that would be like 5 players. There's going to be more than that, but let's just do it easy. Let's say that it was 10 players, that would be 200,000. If it's one, you know, if the first place won all of that, what would that be? $1,000? Is that right? No. $100? I don't know. Anyway, I can't do math right now. I'm live, so. But anyway, it's an actual prize pool, so that's really cool. I actually like the idea. We might look at doing something like this in the future. But yeah, so check that out if you are interested in that. The way that you do it, hop onto their Discord and send Kyubi a direct message on their Discord, on Zell's Discord, and let them know which tournament you want to play in and the T address, your Zell core, your Zell wallet receiving address, or Zell receiving address. Let them know what address you're going to be sending it from, and then they're going to give you the T address to send it to. And then once you get that, then you're going to send the 500 Zell or the 5,000 Zell to that address. And then once that happens, he's going to contact you again to give you the further information on how to sign up for the tournament, the club name and the password and all that stuff. All right, it's not really a club name. It's not really a password. It's more of a, I forget what they call it. But anyway, it's in there. I like how they're doing this because this way, you know, they're basically setting up a new club, and you can't get into the club without buying in, right? So that's kind of a good way of separating it out, because the way that we do ours is charity, and you know, if you donate, you donate. If not, whatever, you know. But it would be kind of crappy of you to play in the tournament without donating something, and then win, and then get to say who your charity is and who to donate the crypto to whenever you didn't donate yourself, right? So it's kind of one of those things where it's kind of like the honor system that we use in our tournament. But I do like this method. This is kind of cool. But anyway, so check that out. That is going to be sometime on Saturday. I would assume that you just need to follow them on Twitter. Follow Zell Official. I would assume there's other ones. You got Zell Core, Zell Labs. I think they all have their own separate Twitters. So Twitter accounts, Twitter handles. So be sure to follow Zell Official. I believe that through here you'll get the most information about the Halving Party, okay, and the poker tournament and everything. So look forward to that. I will see you guys there. Whew. Yeah, this was a good stream, actually. I like the little problem and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I will see you guys tomorrow night for Crypto Fireball Friday, 5 Zell Core Plus giveaway. Stay savage, everybody.